So this will probably be my last video about the Perendev magnet motor. I've been receiving so many dislikes on my video, and people tell me that, look, just give it up, this can't be done. It's against all the laws of energy and physics and conservation of energy and thermodynamics. First of all, I didn't realize that there was so many smart people out there on YouTube with degrees in physics and rocket science and doctorates and stuff like that. But obviously there are, and obviously they watch my video and they think I'm an idiot, and it just hurts, It's just, I wasn't ready for all this pain and suffering that you guys are inflicting on me, and I just can't do it anymore. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna quit pursuing my dreams. I'm just gonna fall into the rest of the crowd. Fall in, be one of the crowd, be like everybody else. And I just wanna fly under the radar. I don't want to, cause a stir, make waves. I definitely don't want to change the status quo, and I just want to accept what I'm told, like everybody else. And if you believe that, you're an idiot. Alright? So, anyways, that was my little comic relief for the day, because you people need to just relax. Look, I'm just running some tests here, and I think it can work, and I'm seeing some signs that it can work, so I'm going to keep going. So you can give up on telling me to stop. Alright, we're getting close. I'm getting close to figuring out if it's going to work or not, okay? So basically what I'm going to do right now, a lot of you have been asking, like, what exactly are you doing, and how exactly does it work? And so I wanted to post this video, get in a little more detail about exactly what my thought process is here, and exactly how and why I think that this can work. Now, a lot of you people are saying, oh, there's no energy in magnets, and that's fine. I don't know if there's energy in magnets. I know that especially these neodymium magnets are super strong, and they will push a heck of a lot of weight when they're trying to repel off of each other. But anyways, I digress. Here we go. So basically, if you think of a internal what do they call them? An internally combustible engine, like you would have in your car. If your timing is off, then the thing won't run. Same principle here. If the timing and the spacing of the magnets is off, it's not going to work at all. So, and just like a combustible engine, it's got to be perfect, dead on, for the thing to run and to operate. Same thing here. So, but instead of having pistons that have little explosions inside of them to push them, in one direction, then you have nothing. See, when a pistons only push in one direction, and that's out, up, or away, or whatever you want to call it. They compress, they fill up with gas, and they compress, and that happens because the timing of the other pistons exploding and pushing away have pushed this one back down and compressed it. And now this one can explode and only pushes one way, out. Okay, and when that one pushes out, since it's connected to another piston, it pushes that next piston down, and in, and compresses. Okay, and then that piston explodes and pushes one way, out, away. So the principle's the same. You're using magnets. Yes. Something has to compress the magnets, if you will, before it can push back out. So that's your principle. If you think about it that way, it's still the same. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up so I can zoom in on this thing, and I can know what I'm looking at here. Alright, so you got 3 different rotors here. Your magnets are offset. You can see in the stators, although
but even though they're not perfect, they're not lined up like they should be. They should be in a straight line. But like I said, that's part of the imperfections that I have in my design here that are, I believe, is what's keeping mine from operating like it's supposed to. So I've got some ideas of how to fix that and how to change that. But even with my imperfections, I have signs that this thing is trying to push itself, but yet there's too many fluctuations in the magnets, and therefore it ends up stopping. But anyways, these are your rotors. These are like your pistons in your regular engine. Okay, your alignment, your staggering of the magnets is like the timing, just like in a regular engine. Now, to have this work, your magnets in your stators have to be in a straight line, positioned at, you know, particular intervals around the stator. That's like your spark plug. It's going to fire it off. So as your rotor spins through your stator, okay, and these magnets react with the magnets in the stator to push and propel them forward. Now, the way that this works is that because of your alignment here, what you get is you get two magnets pushing for every one magnet that is going through that phase of repulsion, where, you know, as you get two magnets close together, there's a small area where they want to push apart, but then when you get past that, there's this burst of energy. There's this strong propulsion that propels it forward. And, you know, that's the size of them, 1/2 inch. Okay, so what happens is the magnet inside the stator is also on a 45-degree angle, so it'd be similar to this. And as this rotor passes through, it pushes. Now, this JB Weld here, because it's got steel in it, is giving me a little bit of a buffer of that magnetization. I'm sorry, of that zone of magnetization. Not as much as I would like. I mean, I would like for there to be no interaction until, boom, it gets in this position, and then it pushes. You see how it's pushing? Okay. But, you know, it's just, I can't get, with my limited resources here, that's what I'm having a hard time doing. You'll see in the ones that work, they have like a full metal jacket encapsulating each magnet, sticking out a little bit past each magnet, and only the ends are open. And that really gives them what they need to get the magnetic shielding taken care of. So like I said, I'm doing my best I can with what I've got, but so basically, but what's going on? But hopefully, what's going to happen here is as I have a straight line of magnets every so often, two of these magnets will be in the position of pushing, while one magnet is trying to get through this position of repulsion here. Two will be already in the position to propel. Okay, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio at all times. Two pushing while one, or two propelling while one is repelling. And so mathematically, if you can achieve that proper timing, then it makes sense and it should work. So basically, what you've got is to answer all the critics and the naysayers who say, oh well, you know the force needed to push two magnets together is equal to the force you get when the magnets push apart. Yeah, that's why you have two magnets pushing the one magnet at any given time. So you have a 2-to-1 ratio. So you always have a positive propelling force pushing you around. Okay, so that's the theory. Okay, and that's why, you know, it's called science, because you have a theory, something in your mind that you think should work, and then you actually experiment and put your thoughts into actual working medium, and then, you know, you test and you see what kind of results you get. Okay, The reason mine's not working, I believe right now, is because my magnets, I had my spacing too wide for the size and strength of magnets that I was using. I believe I can still make this work, but I'm going to have to add a fourth, maybe even a fifth wheel, because my magnets are so small and I had them spaced so wide. So see, I've made them I've made my magnets closer here, just boom, 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 one right after another. I did have this one about here, and this one about here, you know, so I had a nice, say a bigger gap in between each magnet. So that basically I wasn't getting a strong enough 2-to-1 ratio. I was basically getting like, you know, 1-to-1 ratio, which wasn't getting much help out of it at all. Like maybe 1 1/4 or whatever, but it wasn't enough to get that second, get that third magnet through its phase of repulsion. You know, and it wasn't getting enough propulsion off of the 2 to push the 1 through the repulsion phase. So anyways, I have got to get them closer. Now that I've got them closer, it won't still work, but yet since there is a gap, a sizable gap, see here's where this third magnet, this series of 3 stops, and then this next series of 3 starts, and you see between there and there, that's like an inch. I've got a whole inch of space there with nothing happening. So when this one gets, when this series of 3 gets done pushing through the phase of propulsion, you got all this space here and nothing continues to push. When this one hits the phase of repulsion, there's nothing propelling it through, you know. And but then once this one gets started again, then, you know, once this series of 3 gets into that zone of propulsion, then you're okay, but then it wants to stop again. So I don't know if you're following me or not. It makes sense in my mind. And I guess I'll just, you know, maybe I'm not the best teacher when it comes to this kind of stuff. So what I want to do is get my 4th, maybe even a 5th one, so that I have constant propulsion. There's no big gaps in between my series of magnets, and I'll have constant propulsion, and it should work. And if it doesn't, I will admit it. I will post that video. I will say, look guys, I did everything I think I could possibly do. Tried every possible arrangement and configuration, and I cannot get this thing to work. Therefore, I am sold. It's a myth. It will not work. And then we'll squirt a little lighter fluid, a little up top, a little down bottom. Strike a match, watch it burn, break out some hot dogs and wieners, and make some s'mores, and have a good old time. Okay? So stay tuned for more.
So this will probably be this video. You know, I've been receiving so dislikes on my video. People tell me, you know, give it up, can't be all the energy, energy, aerodynamics, and just I so many people out there and physics and science and doctor like that. They're and on video idiot just for all and